Hey everybody, put away your trowels and your little seed packets and put your watering can on the shelf because it's time for Nerd Overload, the Pop and Geek Culture Show. I'm Cody.
I'm Sam.
You definitely planted some seeds there. Oh yeah, I'm Josh.
You know, I figured since we roll in after the gardening show.
In the green outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great gardening show comes in right before us in the morning.
I got so excited I wet my plants.
There it is. There it is. All right. So we have a great show for you this week. Thank you all for tuning in. Before we get into our large news section, let's talk about some things we have been checking out.
Check it out!
So who wants to go first?
I mean, I have a handful.
Let's hear them. Let's hear a couple, then we'll go around here.
All right. Let's see here. I guess like the big one I've been doing that I really like put a lot of time into for some reason. I was playing this weird narrative game that popped up on my PlayStation Plus stuff called Forgotten City.
I don't know this.
So the story is you find ruins of an ancient Roman city that nobody has been in like 2,000 years or whatever.
Okay.
Just thinking about that Roman Empire.
I know, right? This is my Roman Empire. And there's golden statues everywhere. And plaques or warnings or something scribbled on walls or whatever talking about the golden rule. Well, then you find a magic portal, you go through it, and you end up in the Roman city 2,000 years in the past.
Wait, I think I know this.
And the object of the game is to find parking.
No, I think I've seen this before. Like, there's a time loop kind of thing.
Yes.
And where the things that you do affect future things.
Because you have information you didn't have before,
right?
And you can use that.
And you're solving puzzles with that.
Puzzles.
Yeah.
It does sound familiar.
It's a lot of talking to people.
Yes, and you can affect the AI based on what you do.
Yes.
Yes, I think I have seen this. It looks like a lot of fun.
I think I've seen Felicia Day playing it on Twitch, of all people.
Yeah.
It's made in Unreal, and they do the whole Bethesda, like, zooming in when you're talking to somebody.
Oh, like the camera snap to face.
Yeah, the camera snap. It's not bad. There are 4 endings, but only one really good ending.
Okay, sure.
That's the one that takes the most work. Apparently, there is a way to beat the game without doing a time loop because there's an achievement for it.
Oh, really? So you just do it once?
Yeah.
Basically, you already know everything.
You've learned it.
Yeah.
You have a GameFAQ FAQ up, and you're just plowing through.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did not do that because I didn't look at the achievements until after I'd already beaten the game once.
Okay.
I wonder if kids still use GameFAQs or do they just watch somebody else do it on YouTube now instead?
That's probably what they do now. I still use GameFAQs if I need to.
I don't like to have to scrub through a video to find the one part that I'm stuck at.
Hey everybody, welcome to the like and subscribe.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. I don't need to have their the host
their
specific
brand
personality and brand.
I'm Johnny Thumbsticks and I'm here to help you get through Stalker 2.
I'm Dino Hunter 434 and we're gonna play Ark.
And not Dino Crisis. You're a failure as a YouTuber.
Oh, they're too young to know
They're
Dino
too
Crisis.
young. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true too.
We're gonna play that dinosaur game that Capcom made a year ago that nobody played.
That should have been Dino Crisis. Yeah.
Though I did hear there is a remaster of Dino Crisis coming.
Good.
Anyway,
should be. Yeah.
Anyway, this game sounds really cool.
Yeah. I plugged away at it. It's really easy to get turned around in some places.
Oh, I'm sure.
There isn't
because it's kind of an open world-ish, like for the town.
Yeah.
A limited open world.
Very limited. Mm-hmm. There's some light horror elements in it.
Well, if you steal one of the golden idols, doesn't like the voice of Zeus or whoever,
so
like
anytime
boom down and get you.
So anytime the golden rule is broken, whether you do it accidentally or on purpose, or somebody else does it.
Right. Isn't there like a simple guy that you can let out of the prison, and he eventually goes, "Oh, well, here's the thing. No one would. It's sparkly, and I want it."
Yeah, the whole reason he was in jail is because he is
Like kleptomaniac or something?
He's obsessed with treasure.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
Like, not like in a malicious way. He just really likes shiny things.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's basically like, a squirrel of a man. But his name is Dululius, but they just call him Dooley.
Dooley. Yeah. That's it.
He's in a cage because the magistrate deems him too high of a risk of breaking the golden rule.
Right. That's the clip that I saw of this game. They did whoever was playing, I forget who. They let Dooley out because they were like, he seems nice enough.
He's harmless.
And you hear off screen, no one would mind if I took.
Oh,
and the person just goes, Dooley, no.
I watched him do it.
Yeah.
There was no off screen for me. I watched him do it. But yeah, he gets out of his little cell and he's like, "Ooh, a shiny thing," and then
immediate. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, a big booming voice happens, and then all the golden statues come alive, and they start shooting you with arrows. Mm-hmm. And you got to run and make it back to the portal to make your loop again. Like I said, it's an alright game. I don't know if I would have bought it,
but for it to be on the PlayStation Plus or whatever.
That's the best part about those like subscription things is you get to try games that you wouldn't have normally bought.
Yeah, because I've been playing a handful of little things I've been finding.
I picked up Stalker 2 off of Game Pass.
Didn't that just come out?
Yeah, it just came out a couple days ago. Hated it.
Oh,
awful.
Really? Yeah.
Not for me. The first bad guy you fight is a zombie that can go invisible.
Oh.
Like 10 minutes into the game, and it just kills you over and over until you can find a way to cheese it
out.
And I'm like, no, thank you.
No.
That's just too cruel.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound like fun at all. There's a Twitch guy that I watch that it's similar to this. It's on Steam, but he does a segment called Beat the Backlog sometimes, and he gets suggestions of games from his crowd. And there's as long as you don't play the game for 2 hours, you can return it for a full refund.
Yeah.
So he takes random games that people have suggested, and you have to have the price of the game in order to suggest it. And he plays it and looks to see if he hates it enough, and he'll play it for an hour and 45 minutes. And if he hates it, he'll return it. He'll just return it.
The bane of an indie developer who doesn't make games that are less than 2 hours.
Yeah. Yes. But no, that game sounds like a lot of fun. So the one thing I checked out this week was home repairs. But the less said about that.
No, it's called Home Improvement. What the show's called.
Yeah.
Ted was the worst character in the show.
Yeah.
I would watch a show of just Al.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It would be boring.
I like Al.
He doesn't do anything interesting.
Al's the perfect sidekick.
Yeah.
Wilson, though. Wilson's always standing behind
the neighbor.
Yeah, just going from house to house, standing behind their fence and doling out sage advice. Yeah, man. No, I've been watching a YouTube channel as kind of a relaxing, try not to think about the stress of construction being done in my home. So I've been watching a channel called Drawfee. I think
we've watched a few Drawfees.
We've watched a few Drawfees here, yeah. But it's a really fun show. It is an art-based show. It's art comedy for people that used to work for College Humor. It's where Drawfee actually started. They were unfortunately let go during a big mass layoff years ago.
I remember that.
Which is what eventually turned into the streaming service Dropout, because they were going to shut the whole thing down, and Sam Reich came in and bought it. But they spun off their own YouTube channel. They have their own thing. They do live shows. They do a whole bunch of different stuff.
I really love their brand of humor.
Yes,
it really tickles my funny bone.
They are really, really funny. And what they do is they take suggestions from various places like YouTube comments or their Discord or what have you.
Or their friends.
Or their friends or themselves. And they're usually these wacky, off-the-wall, weird prompts. And then the four of them sit, or a combination of the four of them will sit and sketch out little drawings based, like little scenes based on what the prompt is, being funny, cracking wise, making jokes as they go. And then at the end of it, you see their full render of it. So they go back through, they clean it up, they do the art, the coloring, that sort of thing.
Sorry, I'm snickering. I'm thinking about the two fishermen arguing or telling their tall fist tales. One.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Poseidon.
Oh well, that's something else.
I thought that was Drawfee.
That was a make some noise.
That's make some noise on dropout. No.
I thought that was Drawfee.
Nope. That's not Drawfee.
Oh, I thought it was.
But no, Drawfee it's a lot of fun. It's really interesting to see their different art styles because they all have different.
And they're different processes.
Different processes, yeah. One of them definitely grew up is in the Tumblr anime kind of environment. So a lot of hers has that kind of look to it. But it's still good.
They did one where they took art that they drew as kids and then redrew it with their current abilities. Yeah, that was really good.
Nathan did a big dinosaur scene because that's what he drew as a kid. Karina did a comic about what if was a Gatomon and Sailor Moon were the same one, named Moonpaw.
That's what it was, Moonpaw. It was an original character.
Totally original character, Moonpaw. It looked like Artemis with the moon on its forehead and moons on the hands, but it was otherwise Gatomon from Digimon. And let's see, Julia has she's really technical. Like her backgrounds are amazing, really, really well done. The funny thing about her is she does not remember what any character from media actually looks like. So every now and again, they'll do an episode where she's the only one drawing, and she's trying to draw from memory cartoon characters, and the other three are trying to guess what they are, and it has created perhaps the least Bobby Hill from King of the Hill looking character. He looks like a cartoon from a depression medication ad. Yeah, and she's tried to do multiple Scooby-Doos, and somehow she always gives them like this big long like Jay Leno chin and like multiple because she doesn't remember what Scooby-Doo looks like.
So she makes them look like internet meme Giga Chads.
Yeah, kinda. There was one where she was trying to do Arthur of the cartoon Arthur, and it ended up looking like a dapper bear with a turtleneck.
This doesn't sound terribly far off.
No, I mean, round head, ears up here, didn't have the long face.
Well, even Arthur himself doesn't look like how he originally looked like.
No,
the original Arthur looked like an anteater.
He looks like a bear now.
Yeah, cartoon Arthur does not look like an anteater.
Yeah, but no, they also do live streams on Twitch every Monday. They did one that they ended up turning into a full episode where they had 100 minutes to draw 100 Garfields. And some of them were very good Garfields, and some of them were very not especially great Garfields. One of my other favorites, and this is the last one I'll talk about, they took old Heathcliff comics and put the second panel on them, and it was great. They had a Garbage Ape episode. They had you
gotta have the Garbage Ape.
They had one with Jimmy the Frog.
Jimmy's great.
One with a robot
is my favorite newspaper comic.
It really is. It's so good because they're so
it's
absurd.
It's completely absurdist.
Yeah.
It's not what you would think Heathcliff is.
He doesn't even act like a cat. At all. He's just
he's just a dude,
a chaos agent.
Really. Do you remember the cartoon?
Oh yeah.
Heathcliff, no one should terrorize the neighborhood.
Yep.
I will get that song stuck in my head every now and then.
And the Cadillac Cats.
The Cadillac Cats. Yeah.
So, a funny story about the original Heathcliff cartoon. My first wife, she was not allowed to watch it.
Really?
Because her dad thought Heathcliff's attitude was disrespectful.
Well, I mean
that's true.
He's not wrong.
Because he said, Heathcliff says something to the effect of like, "No adult's going to tell me what to do."
Oh, and that'll get you.
He hated it apparently.
Yeah. We briefly had a time where The Simpsons was that for our family, but it was once my sister and I were both an age where it wasn't as impressionable my folks lightened up. But yeah, in the early days, yeah, Simpsons were that.
My family we all used to watch The Simpsons together.
Eventually, we would
every Monday night at my grandparents. It was like 8:00. It was Simpsons and then bed.
When we started watching it, it was in syndication every night on Fox. So it was a half hour of Simpsons, a half hour of King of the Hill. Every night.
I was allowed to watch South Park when it was new, but then my brother wasn't a couple episodes in because he repeated something that he heard.
Oh, yes. Oh,
that wasn't technically a swear of any kind, but he didn't understand what it meant.
So yes.
So get this.
And I also probably can't say it on the air.
No, probably not. That's all right.
When South Park came on or first started, I was younger, but I wasn't that young.
Yeah, we were kind of the right age for it.
Yeah.
And I'm a little older than you guys. And so
just a little.
Just a wee bit.
Yeah, just a wee bit. Just a skosh.
I use that a lot.
Yeah.
I use the word skosh
it's good.
so much.
It's a good word.
And every time I say it, everyone looks at me like I'm some alien from another planet speaking a different language.
It's a good word. It's nice to throw in some archaic words every now and
again.
then.
Yeah, they're like, what does that even mean? I'm like, it just means a little bit. A sarcastic little bit. But,
an amuse-bouche.
Yes.
Yes.
An amuse-bouche. Another phrase I like. But I wasn't allowed to watch South Park, which never stopped me because I was already eyebrows deep in like Beavis and Butthead and a lot of other stuff.
I wasn't allowed to watch Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead as well because bad
and now
influence.
I watch it and I love Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, it's great. Yeah,
like Beavis and Butthead, the Max, the Head, all that stuff.
Oh, Liquid Television was great.
Oh, it was the
Aeon Flux where she died every episode.
The original.
And then they tried to make that movie, the live action.
Oh,
with Charlize Theron.
Yeah. Boo.
Yeah. I started that. Got 15 minutes in and couldn't.
You just no thank you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, hey, it's Charlize Theron. I like her.
Well, I don't like this.
I don't like this.
That art style is wild.
Peter Chan.
Did you ever watch his other show?
Phantom 2099?
No, not that one.
I loved that show.
His Alexander the Great one.
Oh, no, I've never seen that.
Do you know he worked on Rugrats?
For real?
Yeah.
There's some older episodes of Rugrats where you can tell that he worked on Rugrats.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Those early season, slightly off model characters, yeah.
I will say Aeon Flux visually is probably one of the most...
Ooh, some funny bone action there. Yeah. There we go.
Ooh, I felt that one in my soul.
I heard it from over here. Yeah, man.
All right. You good?
Yeah.
All right. So, I like Aeon Flux on the pure fact that technically it's a very well animated show.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Like, it's very fluid. It's very wild. I can understand why the episodes are so short because it was probably very expensive to make that show.
And time consuming, yeah.
Can you imagine MTV paying for animation now?
Not anymore. No.
Back when they cared about their content and not just regurgitating some reality TV-esque garbage.
Yeah. Well, all the money that they spent on Aeon Flux, they saved with the Max because half of the animation in that are just comic panels that they're moving around.
Or if that.
If that. And a lot of the voices were just like the animators.
Yeah. The Max is something else too.
It's a weird one.
They definitely bought stock in black ink. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. But also that was the time of the 90s, was edgy, dark shadows.
A lot of they hired a lot of underground comics people to do stuff. They don't do that anymore.
Sam Keith was the Max, and I forget who was the Head, but he was an underground guy as well.
The Head was a wild one too.
Oh yeah.
And there's so many great underground comics people on the internet now that but nobody wants to take a chance on them anymore.
Animation. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But the only independent one is Small Boo. Was it
and Hazbin Hotel. Hazbin Hotel.
Oh yeah, that was something else I did. I watched all the Hazbin Hotels.
No, it's not bad.
No,
it's not bad.
No, the voices definitely grew on me. And also, the show didn't completely erase the pilot because it feels like, because you jump into it, it feels like the pilot happened.
They assume you've seen the pilot.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, that's kind of nice.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, everybody sounds very similar outside of Keith David, just being Keith David.
But he's so good.
I know.
very, very good.
I liked Husk.
Oh, and his song is the song he sings with
Angel Dust
is very good. That was the moment where I was like, maybe this isn't so bad.
Yeah, the Loser song.
Yeah.
That one was pretty good.
Well, because they had finally decided to develop characters that they had already introduced instead of just introducing more characters.
Yeah.
At least there's that.
And the song was really good.
The song was.
But that was the point where I was like, I'll stick this out.
Okay, the song was definitely a banger. I will say that. And with this little like Michigan J Frog-esque kind of like dancing with the cane he was doing.
Okay, yeah. Cody, what's your check 'em?
Let's see. I got the new Mario and Luigi Brothership.
Brothership. You're gonna ship those brothers?
Yeah.
Ew,
Gross. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not as good as like the prime Mario and Luigi games. Like
It's never going to be,
the
though.
first three.
Yeah.
But it's better than like the last couple that Alpha Dream did before they went under.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's better than the Paper Mario crossover one or the one where you go into Luigi's dreams or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like it's better than those.
I don't think I've played any of them.
You should definitely play the first one. It's on the Switch Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, I saw that on
That's
there.
really good.
It's excellent. Yeah, it's 100%
Is
great.
that Inside Story?
No, the one on there is just Superstar Saga. That's the first
okay.
one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Inside Story I feel like was the second one.
No, the third one.
It was okay.
And
I should have went with my
second-
gut.
Yeah, the second and third ones were on the DS or 3DS.
3DS. Yeah.
I
'cause-
remember when Bowser Inside Story came out.
That's my favorite one. I think that's the pinnacle of the series.
The only one I've played is the one where Luigi dreams, because I got for very cheap special edition 3DS with the Mario and Luigi, and it came packed with a digital download code for it. I liked it.
Yeah, it's okay.
I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah. None of these games are bad. It's
No,
just
they're all
some
good.
of them are better than others.
I mean, you'll have that when you have multiple games in a series.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Luigi Dream one gets a little too bogged down in like tutorials
It
and
does.
like
Yes.
Starload never shuts up.
I do remember that. Yeah.
This one I don't think is too bad with that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and the art and animation is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like a AAA like expensive game that Nintendo put a lot of money in, but it's a solid like B tier game that's worth the time. I've put a ton of time into it, and it's not over yet either. I think
wow.
my game timer has like 24 hours on it.
Wow,
and it's still
all right.
going.
Yeah, good
so there's
deal.
a lot of content there, and it's definitely up to snuff with the other games,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's a different developer. So yeah, it's good. It's worth getting.
Nice.
Mario Party Jamboree, I got that too.
I've been wanting to get that.
Yeah, I got a good deal on both of them because Meyer was having their Santa bucks,
Oh, nice.
so I got $10 off both.
Oh,
I'm still mad about the lack of Diddy Kong.
Yeah, he's not in it.
They might add DLC to it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's got
That's what
online.
Nintendo should be doing. They should just be putting out like one Mario Party per generation and just build
Just
off
add
of it.
to it.
Yeah,
I agree.
and
In
just-
this modern landscape, there is no reason to keep putting out a new
I don't
one.
like games as a service, but that would be a
But
fine
yeah,
one.
Mario Party should be a game
It fits.
as a service.
Yeah.
It's got some interesting features. That has a pro mode that cuts out a lot of like the random chance crap if you don't like that.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with that
Yeah.
because it's Mario Party.
It's fun.
That's
That's
part of
the
the
game.
it's part of the charm.
But if that is something that bothers you, it's cool that they have the option that cuts down on a lot of it.
Your hardcore esports.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they did
Esports
an esports Mario Party?
I mean,
Yeah.
it gets rid of like the chance time spaces that ruin everything for everybody.
Oh, sure.
It turns the mini game at the end into a vote, but from a pool.
Oh, interesting.
The stars don't move around as randomly.
Okay.
It takes out a lot of the randomness. It tells you in advance what the bonus stars at the end are.
Oh,
So you can kind of strategize.
Yeah.
So it's a cool idea, and I'm glad they actually thought about that and put it in.
Yeah. No, that's interesting.
I still think Bowser Party was my favorite one. My favorite incarnation of Mario Party.
I don't know why people were so hard on that one. I thought that one was great. The
That was
Wii U
fun.
one.
We had a lot of
Yeah,
Yeah.
we brought it over here.
Time.
We played the heck out of that. The most recent one, the one prior to this, had a cool like 2-player part. Like you're in 2 teams of 2, and it's almost like a D&D board. Like it's the same old maps, but you can move anywhere on the map, and your dice rolls add up together, so you can strategize. Okay, one player's going to go here and start working towards the star. The other one's going to go in the other direction and try to pick up some coins or trigger an extra thing to try to stop the other guys. And then other non-player characters show up on the map every once in a while, and if you go through their space, they become part of your team, and they give you like an extra dice that has 1 or 2 extra things.
Jamboree's got that too.
Yeah, this has got an ally thing where another
cool.
character can show up to the party and you go to their space, and then you have to play a mini game exclusive to that character, and whoever does the best at that mini game gets that person as an ally.
Oh,
and
interesting.
they have like a bonus effect. Like if you pick up Princess Peach, stars cost half as much, and you can buy. If you have an ally, you can buy 2 at a time.
Oh, that's really cool.
But also,
that's really cool.
But if another player passes you while you have an ally, that ally joins the other player.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I've only played 2 boards, and I haven't touched any of the extracurriculars
Oh, sure.
or the online mode. But the two games I played were really fun, even though I got stomped and had the worst luck the whole time. But it's solid Mario Party, and probably the best one they've done on the Switch. They've done a pretty good job with the Mario Parties on the Switch, I think.
The one that was just a bunch of remakes from the 64. I was not as big a fan of that one, but the other ones have been fantastic.
This one has a couple of retro boards too
Oh, cool.
from the old games, but you have to unlock them. I haven't done that yet.
I'm cool with retro boards, but don't make it the entire game, especially since the Nintendo Online 64 app has some of the originals on there. So there's
the original trilogy.
Yeah. And I don't care about high-end graphics as long as the game's fun.
None of us have cared about graphics as long as the game is fun.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because we're not plebes.
Well, yeah.
I make games with pixel graphics. I would be an enormous hypocrite if I was a graphics snob.
By the way, go whitelist Mighty Mini Golf.
Yeah, not whitelist. Wishlist.
Wishlist.
Yeah, go wishlist Mighty Mini Golf and Believe on Steam.
Yes, go do it. Go do it.
Also, I need to update the page for Believe so it looks like the game actually looks like now.
Oh yeah, very good.
Don't be a mobile game ad.
Okay, guys, great check'ems. Let's go ahead and jump into our news.
What is that from?
As far as I know, it is royalty-free
news
music from YouTube. Okay, so let's talk about some things. Let's just start with the top of the list, the Game Awards. The TGA Awards, or the Game Awards Awards.
We should probably pull up a list of the noms.
We probably should, but no. So this is Jeff Keighley's fun time. He gets to hang out with celebrities trailer fest with some awards thrown in every once in a while.
Stupid.
They're never that great. The things that are nominated,
really not.
Things that are nominated are not awesome, but I actually heard another person talking about this, and it kind of put it in perspective a little bit. So we are in the media talking about this sort of thing. So I would say we are experts in the field. Even though we're not the most, there are people that are more expert. I would call us experts in media about games and
we are knowledgeable.
I feel like I've spent enough time thinking and knowing and
thinking
reading
critically about this stuff
that I would consider myself a video game expert.
Same here. So we know what all the really good games, whether they be smaller publisher or AAA or what have you.
AAAs have been really lacking nowadays. So.
Well, sure, yeah, but
this whole year has been kind of.
Well, that's the other thing. It's been a weird year, but the TGAs are not exactly for us. They are for the guy that just finished playing Madden and is like, oh, what other games do I want? Well, I can watch the TGAs and they say that one's a good game. I'll go pick it up.
I don't think that person would watch the TGAs though. If it was still on Spike, yes.
Okay, they would watch a TikTok or YouTube clip of 15 seconds of the TGAs talking about what is the top game.
But if they were still on TV on like Spike, then yeah, somebody Joe Normal Man,
some bro would watch it.
Joe Broman would watch it.
Joe Broman.
But now you have to go to their like Twitch channel or YouTube page,
and it barely works.
Yeah,
when you're watching it. Yeah.
Like the Mike Tyson
Mike Tyson,
which we should have talked about.
We're going to here after this.
Okay.
But so you have a list of some of the nominations.
I'll start with the Game of the Year nominations because that's the big one.
That's the big one that people are having problems with as well.
We have Astrobot for the PlayStation 5, which
fun.
Looks like a great game. I haven't played it myself, but I would like to.
Mm-hmm. It definitely was like a Sony, hey, check out all these characters we've done over the years.
Yeah.
Well, it's going back to a character platformer, which is something that hasn't been done as often lately.
Yeah,
with an original character.
Nobody but Nintendo makes them.
Yeah.
It was nice to see a big budget one by someone other than Nintendo.
Agreed.
Balatro, the poker but different game.
I don't know if it should be on this list. It should have been last year because that game's been out for a while. I think the only reason they're putting it on this list is because it was released on mobile.
That's true.
I keep seeing ads for that. I didn't realize that was in the Game Awards.
It's a lot of fun. I know you're not Cody, you're not a card game guy, although we've been playing a lot of TCG Pocket, but it is a lot of fun.
I'll have to suck it up and try it at some point.
Mm-hmm. We'll wait till it comes to Game Pass and try it then. It will eventually.
Well, it's on Apple Arcade, and I have that. So
I also have that.
Yeah, Black Myth Wukong, which didn't review
especially
super well.
Yeah, but it's been a weird year, and they needed something.
Yeah,
I haven't picked that game up in a minute. I need to redo my skill trees because it's stupid.
Your monkey's not quite right.
Nah,
you did your monkey a little wrong.
Nah, I did do my monkey wrong.
Elden Ring Shadows of the Erdtree, which is
DLC, does not need to be on there, even though the DLC is as big as a real game.
And very, very good, I hear.
Yes, but it should not. It's a DLC. It's not a brand new game release.
And it's for a game that already won Game of the Year once before already.
Yeah, not last year, but 2 years ago. Because last year was Baldur's Gate 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which deserved.
Totally 100% deserved it.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is a fantastic game, but also, like...
Did not review especially well.
Yeah, and just flawed enough that, like, maybe it's not Game of the Year.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to win it, but it's on there. It should at least be on the list, I think.
I think it's impressive enough from a, like, size and, like, design and scheduling standpoint that it's an impressive accomplishment.
Sure. Yeah, I agree.
And it should be on the list.
Yeah.
And Metaphor ReFantasio, which is RPG by the Persona guys that I hear is very good.
I've heard it's very, very good.
Those were a lot of words you just said.
Yeah. I've been wanting to play it really bad because it's definitely something that would be right up my alley. It's basically Persona but Final Fantasy job system slapped in it, and also not modern day.
Yeah, you can switch jobs on the fly mid-battle, from what I understand. Outside the battle, each one has a skill. I've heard that when you are higher level than the enemies are on the map that you run into that start the battles. Once you're high enough, they just die as soon as you run into them. But they give you less XP so that you're always
looking for the better battle. Yeah.
Well, and you're always if you're beating everything now, you can't just grind up and beat the entire game, steamroll the entire game. You will eventually hit a spot where you're starting to have battles again because they're tough again. And it has partial Dynasty Warrior things so that you have a sword swing and stuff like a Muso. So if you're going to get into a battle, you can Muso swing at it, and it will start with the enemy will start with a little bit of damage because you've done something to them.
Persona.
Persona. Yeah.
Well, we don't need to do best game direction because this is the same games again.
Same games.
Like, it goes from Game of the Year to best game direction. It's the same games except not Final Fantasy. Yeah. No, it's on there too. It's the exact same list, 100%.
So whoever doesn't win Game of the Year will win best game direction.
Yeah, or both. Maybe Balatro will sweep. Best narrative, which is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth,
That's a good one.
Metaphor Refantasio, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2, which I feel like should have been on the Game of the Year list.
Shoulda.
I've heard nothing but good things about Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, shoulda.
Best art direction, Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadows of the Erd Tree.
I will say that Wukong is a very pretty game. Like,
Sure. Yeah, I've seen screenshots. Sure.
It is very, very well done, and a lot of the particle effects are amazing.
Metaphor Refantasio, and something called Neva that I don't know what it is.
Oh, that's an indie one. Yeah, that's the one. They showed a trailer for it a year or two ago. It's a 2D walking across a plain story about a girl and her wolf deer.
Oh, it's one of those indie games where the creature dies and you're sad.
Creature dies and you cry at the end. Yeah, but it was beautiful. So
yeah,
let's skip through to a couple of the smaller ones.
Best performance. That's kind of a big one because like a celebrity or something will come up and talk too long.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the nominations for that are Brianna White from Final Fantasy VII. That's Aerith. Which she is fantastic as Aerith. Hannah Tell from Life is Strange. That's
which Life is Strange?
The new one, Double Exposure. She's Max Caulfield.
Oh, okay.
Main character.
The actual sequel to the first one.
Humberly Gonzalez from Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh, I forgot about that game.
I would like to play it.
I want to play it too. Yeah,
but I don't want to give Ubisoft like $70 or whatever ridiculous.
I'm surprised it's not on Game Pass.
Yeah. It's not, unfortunately. Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2, and Melina Juergens, I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Okay.
From Senua Saga, Hellblade 2.
Yep.
No big, huge names.
No, next year, Erika Ishii is going to be on it for Ghosts of Tsushima's Yotai.
Oh yeah, the sequel.
Yeah,
too.
because she's not only the voice, she is also the mocap and the face model for the character. It
legit acting.
It just looks like she is in there in samurai garb. Yeah.
Did the new Dragon Age not make the date cutoff?
I think it. I don't think it did because it's not on any of the lists.
I feel like it would.
It would have been.
Yeah, it came out like maybe 2 weeks ago.
I've heard nothing but good things from people whose opinions matter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Best debut indie game, Animal Well, which I didn't like.
Okay.
I mean, it's a platform Metroidvania, but it doesn't have combat in it, and I can't get into that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's my stupid lizard brain. I get bored if I'm not shooting something. I don't know. Maybe that's more my fault. Balatro in its 100th nomination.
Mm-hmm.
Manor Lords.
Oh, I know Manor Lord.
Pacific Drive.
Oh, Pacific Drive. That's that one with the car, and you're going down the coast of.
So you're driving on the Pacific Drive.
And the Plucky Squire, which I played a good amount of until I realized that it thinks that I'm stupid. like it's a Zelda game that doesn't trust you to figure anything out on your own.
Yeah,
it holds your hand way too much.
It's more for kids.
Yeah. But even
then,
even kids are capable of independent thought.
Good point.
I think my favorite Zelda clone that come out in recent years is probably like Sort of Ditto or something.
Yeah,
Sort of Ditto has enough weird stuff going on that it makes it interesting.
Huh.
I've heard Tunic's good too.
Mm-hmm.
Tunic is good. It is weird that Dragon Age apparently didn't make the cut because Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket did in Best Mobile Game.
That's because there haven't been a lot of really good mobile games, and it's Pokemon.
Yeah.
Did you see they're doing a World of Warcraft crossover with Diablo Immortal?
No, I didn't see that, but that's cool. Can you jump down to fighting games? Because I have opinions.
Let me finish mobile game.
Yeah.
Because the other ones are pretty good. It's got the AFK. I lost where I
AFK
placed.
Arena.
AFK Journey.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty good. It's got Balatro.
Yeah, of course.
Wuthering Waves, which is like a Genshin knockoff.
Oh, all right.
And Zenless Zone Zero, which I still kind of dip back into occasionally to this day.
Sure.
The third one from those people.
Yeah. Hoyoverse.
Hoyo. Yeah.
Best fighting game. We got Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which just came out.
Sure, it just came out. I've heard it's fine.
Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising.
Of course, there's always a Grand Blue around.
Marvel versus Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, which is old games.
That's the opinion that I wanted to get to first.
What?
I don't think that re-releases should be on the list.
No.
Because especially when you don't... when they don't do anything to them other than add netcode or technical background stuff, those games are exactly the same games,
and it's not.
There is no reason.
And these are some of the best fighting games ever made. They're like the peak of the genre.
Yeah,
it's not fair to the ones that actually came out recently.
It's not. And I mean, they're just repackaged ROMs. It would be like me saying, well, I think Game of the Year is Final Fantasy VI because I've been playing a copy of it on my PC.
Yeah, you've been playing the Pixel remaster.
Yeah. So
that is so stupid.
That one's a little weak. But then again, there weren't a lot of fighting games.
Yeah,
are there ever?
Multiverses. At least they're all actual fighting games this year.
Yep, Multiverses are probably going to win again, which is funny because
just in time for them to die.
That game's going to end in 6 months, and you're going to lose everything.
If that.
I don't know. It might be a sunk cost fallacy thing at this point, where they've spent so much on it.
Zaslav doesn't care.
That's true.
Yeah, and he's axed movies that
were completely finished.
Yeah. And Tekken 8.
Okay.
Which, last year, I think Sifu was in Best Fighting Game, and it is not a fighting game. It's just a game with fighting in it.
Yeah, it's more of a beat 'em up than it is
it's like saying Shenmue is a fighting game.
Yeah, or Final Fight.
Yeah. Yeah, beat 'em ups are not.
No, they're not fighting games.
Double Dragon. Calling Double Dragon a fighting
Scott
game.
Pilgrim.
It would be like calling Like a Dragon a fighting game.
Yeah.
Because you're running around and fighting.
Kicking people.
Yeah.
And then we've got Best Family Game, which is the Nintendo category.
Yeah, that's just the Nintendo category.
It has Astrobot, which is not Nintendo for once. Princess Peach Showtime, which is not an award winner. It's a perfectly serviceable and fun game, mostly for children.
Yeah.
But I mean, Best Family Game. I mean, if you bought it for your family, you would be entertained.
Yeah.
Mario Party Jamboree, which
just came out. That's weird. Yeah.
Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, which I feel like should have shown up somewhere else before
RPG
now.
Instead of...
Yeah, because it's very good.
Yeah.
And the Plucky Squire, which I've already said my bit about that.
Are they basing the Legends of Zelda game solely on its art style because it has the toy look?
The toyetic look,
It doesn't look like Breath of the Wild, so it's not Game of the Year.
That's... we talked a little bit about the boxing match.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
It was sad.
I didn't watch it.
Sad.
I didn't even watch it.
I didn't watch a lot of it because my Netflix crapped out like everybody else's.
Like everybody else's. Yeah.
Yeah, it could not handle the bandwidth.
Mm-hmm.
There was 3 fights before the main one, and they were all better than the main one.
Oh, sure.
Even
I'm gonna speak up with a little bit of experience on that one. That is exactly how pay-per-view boxing matches used to go back in the day. You'd have a couple really great undercard fights
because they actually have similar skill levels and don't just go for the. It's like a baseball game compared to a home run derby.
Yes, but then you get to like the heavyweight match, that's where you get your big superstars in, and then it's boring.
Sure.
Like my mom used to buy Tyson fights every time, and I'm like, Mom, stop it! The fight is over literally in 12 seconds.
Yeah,
you're wasting money.
They did all of the rounds this time.
Yeah, I have opinions on the Jake Paul Tyson fight. I feel 100% that was fake.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, Tyson was paid to take
a dive.
To take a dive.
Because Tyson, even in his advanced years, would have absolutely destroyed.
Oh, he could have murdered Jake Paul in the ring, literally
and legally.
Yeah.
But then his brother came out, and I was like, okay, so you got this YouTuber turned boxer, and then you've got this YouTuber turned WWE wrestler.
Which, as much as I hate Logan Paul with a passion, he makes a fantastic heel.
Well, yeah, it's on the WWE. It's an actual personality.
This is what Jake Paul was at this fight too.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted him to win, but he did because Mike Tyson's old.
Yeah. I remember Logan Paul coming down to the ring in WWE wearing a gold chain with his original shiny Charizard as the medallion.
He came out in the boxing match with that.
Of course he did.
And he kissed it.
Of course he did. Yeah.
He doesn't want to give Charizard a little smooch now and then.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah,
I don't have enough badges.
He won't let you.
Yeah,
you have to You have to have at least the
first three.
Was it the rainbow badge?
Yeah.
That's Erica's.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's finish up with the boxing.
The women's fight beforehand was really good, and then it was by determination or by. What is that called? Technical at the end, and the one lady got completely robbed. I think.
Bummer.
Because Katie Taylor, I thought she fought awfully dirty. She was doing a lot of like holding, and it turned into headbutts sometimes.
I mean, the Jake Paul Tyson fight was a lot of kind of just huddling around too. Yeah. Also, I did not expect seeing Mike Tyson's full butt on my bingo card.
Yeah, that was a big surprise. Like, I don't know if did DraftKings put up odds for seeing Mike Tyson's whole entire buttocks, but you did. It happened right after he kissed his son.
Oh,
yeah. It was in the locker room. His son was interviewing him, and they did a little peck, and then he turned around and started walking away, and he wasn't wearing any pants.
Oh my gosh! Oh no! Oh man!
And it was funny. The camera guy is like holds on it for a second, and then zooms in real quick, like, "Oh crap!"
Oh man! All right. So listen, we have time for one more. Do we want Donkey Kong the theme park?
Let's
wrap it up with that. That's a good
one. Get the Muppet thing in too.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Yeah,
theme park news. Do.
Yeah, we've turned into defunct land, kind of.
I'm Kevin Perjurer, and this is theme park news.
Yep.
They're opening a Donkey Kong section of Super Nintendo Land in both the Japanese Universal and the upcoming Epic Universe in Orlando.
Yeah.
It's Donkey Kong themed, and it looks great.
It looks amazing.
The art direction is very much based on the last two Donkey Kong games, Tropical Freeze and Donkey Kong Returns.
Yeah.
Everything looks fantastic. It looks like you're walking through Donkey Kong
Country.
Yeah. There's a walk around Donkey Kong that actually looks like the character.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's perfect. Miyamoto was walking around and loving it.
That suit definitely had some money behind it.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. Everything has that money behind it.
There's
That's true.
Animatronic Cranky Kong that looked like
all the animatronics looked good.
They look like CG in a movie, but it's real and it's in front of you.
It's
that Rampy coming out of the box was real smooth.
Yes. Yep. Everything.
I can't wait for a year after it breaks down.
And then they don't repair it.
Yep.
It's a Japanese theme park. I doubt it. I doubt they'll let that happen.
But the American version, it will.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's gonna be dirty
and also the food.
Gross.
The food will be disgusting.
Yeah. Oh man, that banana. It was like a
banana sundae crazy thing.
Yeah, banana sundae and a DK barrel.
Yeah,
and a Donkey Kong hot dog with avocado dressing and all this other stuff.
And delicious. And weird symbols on the bun that's like burned on there.
Yeah, it looked great.
Also, in other theme park news at Disney, they are getting rid of Muppet Vision 3D.
Boo!
And replacing it with Monsters, Inc.
Boo!
I've never... that movie's fine.
It's good. It's fine.
I never did see the sequel.
I didn't
see the sequel prequel. Yeah, no, I never did see that.
But the Muppets aren't leaving.
Good.
Aerosmith is.
You know what? You had me on a low point, but now you're getting me on a high point.
The Rock and Roller Coaster is going to replace Aerosmith with the Muppets, which I think is a good call because who gives a crap about Aerosmith?
Well, some people do, and so for the people that do, they need to get down there now so they don't want to miss a thing.
That's why you agreed to do this. Yep, you had that in your back pocket.
I've been sitting on that for 20 minutes.
My mental image of an Aerosmith fan is like Carl from Aqua Teen.
Yeah.
So
come on there. You got to play Dream On.
Yeah.
Cause it friggin' rocks.
I was there back in '74. when they were on tour and they played Love in the Elevator.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But I'm glad the Muppets are not disappearing completely. We seem like we are now on the verge every year of completely losing the Muppets. They keep getting diminished or moved or whatever, but I'm glad they're still around at least.
Yeah, they definitely don't have the cultural touchstone like they used to, and it makes me sad.
Disney won't let them do like the right things with them
because they could potentially eclipse some of the original Disney IPs. People like Kermit better than Mickey Mouse.
Well, yeah, he has a personality.
It's not easy being green.
That the Electric Mayhem show was really good.
It was,
and they should have followed it up with either another season or a show focused on a different Muppet.
set.
I still think my favorite Muppets thing that has come out was that Muppets workplace comedy.
I was going to say, the Muppets office style show.
That was really good.
Really, really well done.
And it just kept getting better, and then they canceled it.
Of course they did, yeah. But, no, glad the Muppets are going to be still around.
I don't want to lose
capacity.
the Muppets. It's bad enough that I feel like we've pretty much lost the Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Although they keep... they just had a video game come out.
Yeah.
Did they?
A basketball game, or no, just sports.
It was sports. It was
So it was Mario Sports with
Mario Sports mix, but with Bugs Bunny.
That release felt like it was originally supposed to be with Space Jam 2,
game.
and when Space Jam 2 did not do well, they took it back and stripped out the Space Jam and put a couple extra games in it.
They took LeBron out of it.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so we have hit time, so let's go ahead and wrap things up. You have been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can follow our socials, our Facebook, check out our pictures on Instagram, or support our Twitch channel at links.nerdoverload.com.
You can send us an email, staff@nerdoverload.com, and if you want to send us a voice message, send it to that email.
Yeah, for right now, send it to that email. We'll figure out a phone number
when we get a chance.
You can find all of our back episodes on various podcast apps, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. They're all right up there. They're ready to go. Go check them out, please.
They are hot and ready.
You have the opportunity to watch them.
They're hot to go. HOTTOGO.
Oh, no. Now that's going to be stuck in my head.
Oh, yeah. Finally, I'd like to thank Parker for helping us out over at the Facebook page, finding some cool news articles for us, and David Pencil for the intro and outro. Thanks all for tuning in. We will be back next week.
LeBron was originally in this episode, but we also stripped him out after Space Jam 2 was bad.